Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Guys, welcome to episode 217 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me. Jeez, I'm pressing stuff all early. What do I normally say after this now that I messed it up?
You don't even know.
You know my guy on the other end.
And that fool
And the other end.
Ramon.
And finally on the other end is... And you know who we be.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Even when we mess up. Even when I mess up. You know, we're still the shit.
They still love it. They still fuck
love
with
it.
us, even when we be fucking up.
Yeah.
It's a little premature.
That's
a little
all
premature, Jack. It's all good.
I know. I fucked around and hit the button when I shouldn't have. Anyway.
The ladies say they accept you.
They don't mind.
Not
They know
always.
that it happens.
Not always. We've all had that walk of shame when you know you fucked up. It's like, you sure you don't want me to hang around? No, you can.
No, you can leave.
Yeah, I gotta.
I'm all set.
I gotta get up early.
The old get up early.
I definitely remember a chick where I blazed and then I tried hitting her up like, I don't know, a day or two later or some shit. And she was just like, yeah, it's not gonna, no, we good. And I was like, nah, but and I was trying to spit back and, trying to find my way back in there. And she was like, yeah, no, seriously though, like, there's just no way ever that this is gonna work.
Like, all right, well, I appreciate your
like,
honesty. What's up?
I'm not really looking for a relationship though. We're just.
Yeah.
No. That's
She's
exactly
like,
the
no.
problem.
Yeah. She's like, I am. Be gone.
No. She wasn't. She was just like, the thing that you can offer outside of the relationship.
She's like, I'm good.
It's not cutting it.
It's
I'm
not
all
cutting
set.
it. Jeez.
Good looks, though. Good looks on the
Yo,
blaze.
I was like, damn,
women are
that's
rough, bro.
Word.
They're
that
rough,
one
bro.
chick, I will always hold that. I will always have that in my memory. She's the one.
Do you think about that? Like, when
cut
you're
me down,
falling
bro.
asleep
Absolutely,
at
bro.
night?
Every single time that I've gotten like played to my face, I remember them vividly because they put a cut deep in you, and you made sure to never let that happen again. Mm-hmm. One in high school was somebody tried to put me on with this girl, and first thing she said, she was like, for starters, if I was gonna do something with a guy, he would at least need to match, right? Because my clothes weren't matching that day because it was like the
Damn.
struggling, like I got to do laundry, so I just put together whatever to go to school, and I'm like, fuck. So then I met, everything had to match
days.
after that.
Of all days.
Yeah. After that, it's always been matchy on time.
Yeah. So that shit sucks. It hurts. You can't do that to women. Oof.
Word.
You can't.
Let you be the one.
Nah, hell no, bro.
You'll get canceled.
Yeah. Oh, nowadays. Yeah. Anyway, let's change the subject. How y'all doing, man? Johnny? How's everything with you, man? I know you missed last week. Life got crazy.
Did. Like a cuck, I missed it.
It happens, bro. It happens.
And then I watched, and as I edited. No, I'm good, man. I'm just, busy time of year, busy life, These two kids run me ragged.
Yeah.
Work is running me ragged. My extracurriculars is I'm trying to build up other businesses and shit running me ragged. So, yeah, it's just busy time. But other than that, I mean, I'm chilling. I was telling my wife earlier, I get stressed out because I'm human, but I don't carry my stress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll get stressed out in the moment.
I have a stress suit.
And then I'll just be like, man, fuck that shit. I can't worry about that shit right now. And I just move on.
Full stress suit, full, like, vest, weighted stress vest that just
Weighted stress vest
yeah,
with the
it just
backpack
weighs
and
me.
the
Yeah, oh my God. Everybody thinks I'm fat. Nah, that's the stress suit.
Fuck.
But you know, I'm little by little I'm dropping that stress suit, so we're good.
word. Do
Yeah.
more shrooms.
Yeah.
Sound advice.
I need to do like real shrooms, and I need to do it like I need to do it with it. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I just need to do it. Donnie, he's always asking me to come through and stuff. I just need one of those trips.
yeah.
I need one of those trips
Word.
where I'm just not worried about shit. Because I hear that that's it's needed.
Stress-free.
It's needed.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time since I've done it, but yeah, they're fun when you do.
Yeah, because I've been doing. I did like the microdose gummy stuff, and you know, I don't believe that that's the same. But it just feels like you're just less stressed, I guess, which is good too.
Also,
Yeah. So, Dave, how you doing, bro?
Good, man. We got had a not too busy of a weekend, but it's nice having Juneteenth off tomorrow, day after we're recording this.
Facts,
I don't know how
facts.
many folks. I think we all here have it off, but just that random sort of day off in the middle of the week is always nice. So
Yeah.
I'll work with that.
Oh yeah,
Not mad at it.
not mad at it either. I had a work from home day too today, so
oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
nice.
Doubled
Yeah.
up.
yeah. So
Is
That
it
was
is it
nice.
supposed to be for y'all? I feel like it's supposed to be for me like a day of service. Like, yeah, we give you the day off, but we expect you to make an effort to volunteer somewhere today or something like that.
Oh, I was never
says
told
that?
anything about an effort. No.
Yeah, okay.
Nah.
I
That's
know
one
that's
thing.
what they do for MLK Day, and I'm pretty sure they extended that into Juneteenth.
I've never been explained on what I should do on said holiday.
Yeah.
We just have been explained like, hey, this is
You don't
now a
work.
holiday. We get that. Yeah, we get the day off. You know, like, you know, a third of me gets to rejoice. Then the other ones figure out what the fuck we're gonna do with ourselves.
Kids office. Oh no, kids are done with school. There is no school. So
No,
yes,
my kid's still in school and he has the day off
For real?
tomorrow. Yeah.
School's still
but
going
he
on.
has the day off.
Yep. He's still in school for like another week or so.
Shit. Yeah, they finished up here at the end of May. May 31st, I think, was the last day of school for the kids out here. I forgot that it's different.
Yeah, man. We always do. It's always been in June
I remember
for
it
us.
going into June and starting later in September instead of like I think these kids got to go back at like early August, mid-August or something. When it's,
Yeah.
I always thought that was shitty, dude. I would hate that. August still feels like summer, bro. You should not be going back to school in August.
Word.
That's like the end of the prime summer.
Post Labor Day.
I always remember because my birthday's September 10th. I always remember going back to school like the first. It's always like the first or second week of school, bro.
Yeah.
Probably did it ever fall like your birthday on the first day of school?
Not that I could remember, but I wouldn't have
That's
gone.
gotta suck. I wouldn't have gone.
I wouldn't have gone.
Good.
I still, it doesn't matter that it was the first week of school. I wouldn't go to school on my birthday still. So it's tradition.
It's tradition.
It's tradition. Yeah. So, and for me, yeah, nothing too crazy. Same old, man. Working
Working
and kids, bro.
Kids.
Yeah, working and kids, man. Trying to catch up on some of these shows that we'll talk about later, and was not successful. I did not catch up on. I'm behind on so much shit. But anyway, why don't we get into some?
All right, let's hypothetically say that music is going to be going extinct. You guys need to save a song that will forever be encapsulated and survive the extinction. Is there a particular song in mind that you feel like is worth saving for humanity? Humanity needs this song. It's got to be a banger. What do you got?
I have two choices, right? And I was trying to figure out which one of these songs matters more to me, or which one would transcend the time out of these two.
Yes.
Out of these two songs.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the first one I love, I'm going to have to go with Triumph by Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Triumph.
They all had fire verses. Inspector Deck has one of the best starts to a song ever. I bomb atomic leaves.
Yes.
Yeah. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't define how I be dropping these mockeries. It's insanity. So I would have to go with that one.
That's a good one. I hope future generations can wrap their head around how dope that song is. I hope they appreciate it like we do.
Word.
They're gonna have to understand the woo.
Yeah. Oh, they will. They will.
I hope so.
They'll
Johnny,
That's a vibe. That's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Johnny, what are you saving?
My shit is way on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, my other one was kind of too. So
And I believe it's a combo in a weird way, because the song also belongs to a movie. It's not part of it's not an original from the movie, but for me they go hand in hand, and so I pick them both, honestly, and mostly because at heart I'm romantic.
Sure.
Okay.
I know what this is.
And so this is my song is Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers.
Oh, okay.
And no one saw that one coming.
No.
It's honestly, since I was like maybe 12 years old, it's been my favorite song of all time. And nothing has really you could say that like I said. I'm a romantic at heart, and Unchained Melody is just one of the purest romantic songs of all time. For the longest time I really thought these dudes were black, until the internet got more prevalent, and I looked them up one day and realized it was two white boys that can sing. They sang.
Were you disappointed that they weren't black
Nah,
dudes?
I was just surprised. I was like, oh, huh. Okay, because it's the Righteous Brothers. I don't know, for some reason.
Righteous Brothers, like some Black Panther type shit, right?
That's kind of how I vibed with it at in my teen years, is what I was thinking. This is the Righteous Brothers. And nah, it's just some Righteous Brothers. Probably the last name was Righteous.
Carl and Steve, the Righteous
Carl and
Brothers.
Steve Righteous. But nah, it's a fire ass. For me, a fire song I could still listen to at any point in time. It's the very slow song, so sorry to future generations.
No, they got Triumph. They're good.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they should understand this part of humanity, right? Like that's why I went with it. One, it's my favorite song, but two, I feel like there's something deep in that song that is shared about what humanity thinks when it comes to love and loss and growing deeper. And then tied alongside that would be the Ghost movie, which is my favorite romantic movie of all time, which also has humor and a little bit of horror.
It is a little creepy. I remember it being kind of creeped out as a kid watching it on TV. It was eerie. It was eerie.
Yeah. And so that's my pair.
Were we throwing in movies too? Because I didn't throw in a movie.
Well, we were gonna at the second go around. We were gonna go. I was like, "What about a movie?"
Yeah.
Wasn't mandatory though. It was just kicked it out there.
There you go.
I'm saving "Don't Stop Believing." Journey.
Yes. Fire. Yeah.
That's been a banger since I was a kid. Even though I didn't really appreciate it when my mom and everyone would play it when I would hear it as a kid. The older I got, the more I fuck with it. And now that I think about it, I fuck with all that music that they used to have me listening to when I was a kid.
The hair metal bands.
Yeah, for sure. The power ballads and shit.
Yeah,
the shit that I'm just like sitting in traffic, fucking belting out because I got nothing better to do, and it's just ripping the pen, feeling good. Weather's always nice. There's just power ballads hit when it's nice out, dude, and you're driving home. Give it a go.
Nice.
The power ballads are great in the shower and in the car. Those are
For
both
sure.
great.
Where nobody can hear you.
Yeah, basically.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want to hear me sing any power ballads in real life. All right, if movies were going extinct and we were going to save a movie just to add on to that, Johnny saving Ghost, I presume. That's your...
That was
I
great.
like
one,
that. I like the pair. When you said song and movie, I was thinking My Heart Will Go On, Titanic. I was like, oh, that's what he's about to say. Said he was
No,
romantic. I was
not
like,
that
wow,
far.
he's
Not
setting
that-
me
Yeah,
up.
no, yeah, he checked all the boxes except for the main one.
Right.
For movies, for me, again, to give a good idea of what the different personalities were, as far as not necessarily, racial, because this movie literally had no other races, but, in the 80s, who did? But they had a little bit of everyone in the movie as far as like personalities go. I would have to say The Breakfast Club. That was my
Okay.
shit.
Breakfast
That was my
Club's
shit.
a good one. Good
That's
soundtrack,
not
too.
bad.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
soundtrack,
Great
yeah.
soundtrack, yeah.
I'm saving...
There wasn't a black dude in that movie.
I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
not part of the
Nah.
main cast.
Maybe like
but
in the
I feel
hallway
like-
as they were
I feel like
scanning.
maybe.
the janitor. The janitor.
No, the
or
janitor
something.
was no, the
Was the
janitor was the nerdy kid's like stepdad or some shit. He was definitely a white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know that was allowed in a John Landis movie or whoever whoever did that. That was strictly a no-go. I'm saving Willy Wonka. That's
Yep.
my...
Ooh.
Could have called that. Could have called that.
Willy Wonka?
The original.
Or Charlie
yeah,
and
no.
the Chocolate Factory.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Charlie
feel
and
like
the Chocolate
that's-
Factory, like with Johnny Depp.
No, Willy Wonka.
Okay.
Well, the original one is Willy Wonka, right? And then Charlie was
Yes.
Johnny Depp.
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
yes.
yep,
Willy
yep.
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
You fuck
Okay.
me up. Save that Johnny Depp. I'd rather save the Timothy Chalamet
Yeah, no,
shit
that's
than
why
that
I
Johnny
was-
Depp bullshit.
I would have been shocked if you would have said that, because I know
Yeah.
you love the original.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be. I feel like that's timeless. Like that shit came out in like '71 or some shit, and like it still hits to this day. So I know that. I know generations would fuck with it.
It don't hit whack, but yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shit on his movie. I'm not gonna shit. on it.
No, that's fair. Breakfast Club was good.
It's also rides the wave, right? It's got some, I don't know about necessarily any romantical stuff, but it's got the the action adventure. It's got the kind of horror-ish.
The boat scene, yeah,
The
that's
boat
pretty
scene,
fucking
yeah, it's
horror-ish, dude.
kind of
and
creepy.
The whimsical.
Lots of whimsy, lots of
Yeah.
comedy, drama. It's a good gamut. I see
Musical.
that.
Gene Wilder
Little
killing it.
musical in there, singing songs and shit. He said, I remember watching something that said Gene Wilder like wanted that whole flip when he was like limping and shit. Like he fought for that. He thought of doing that, and he fought for that because they didn't want that in the movie.
Yeah.
And he felt like that right there set the whole tone for the fact that you cannot believe anything this man says from this moment on.
Yeah. That's accurate.
Yeah.
Fucked me up as a kid. I was like, why would he fucking do that?
Yeah.
What a dickhead.
And that's why. It was exactly that. I can't believe anything he says from here. So,
All right.
dope.
all right.
Dope.
Next question. Y'all been seeing the internet stories of Chris Brown charging like 12 hundo for these pictures with him,
Yeah.
fan pictures with him, where he's like grabbing chicks' booties and holding their leg up and shit. 12 hundo. It was somewhere in that ballpark for those pictures.
Yeah.
Just a couple questions based on that. So, would you be cool with your girl spending, let's say, $1,000 to take a picture with Chris Brown where he's feeling on her booty? If she wanted to, obviously. Y'all
That
cool with that?
That would depend completely on my relationship, right? So like like right now, like I know my girl would not be cool with me doing that, and I know that she has respect for me enough not to do that either.
Okay.
But I do know people where they have certain relationships, you know what I mean? Like that shit wouldn't bother them. They'd be like, oh, my girl, like Chris Brown grabbed my girl's ass, and they just don't care, you know what I mean? As long as it didn't go past a certain thing. So, you know, to each their own. So it would really depend on my relationship. I would have to say nah, honestly. I
want to know who's the dude that's out there telling us, but yo, look at this photo of Chris Brown grabbing my girl.
He probably wouldn't say all that, but if it went viral or some shit, because like that's the story that's going around, right? There was a guy who paid for his girl to go take this picture with Chris Brown, you know, sent her to the concert, and now the picture went viral with her legs around Chris Brown, him like grabbing her thigh and ass, and he's like smiling, and she's like hiding her face and like in his shoulder, and you know, like like exactly going around making the rounds, like yo, this person is tripping.
And he knew that's what he was getting into when he paid that money for the
a lot of it. The internet is torn because this is what the pictures have been, with him charging $1,100 for photos. Every single one of, you know, they're more playful, I think, than some of them where they're, you know, but a lot of these girls get crazy. And that's the conversation is like, the girls are saying like, oh, but it's Chris Brown and it's just one picture. Like, it's not like he fucked her or anything like that. And dude was about to propose to her and decided like, you know, I'm dead in this relationship because she ain't respect me enough not to do this. So that's why some people won't give a fuck, because, you know, it's Chris Brown. Like, it's a picture. Who gives a shit? She definitely came home to me right after that. She didn't go to the telly with him or anything like that. She took a picture. He picked her up. Not a big deal. Some people are like that, you know, and some people don't take it like that.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I get it. Yeah, your girl is obviously not fucking Chris Brown.
Hopefully,
more than likely.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just wouldn't want my girl's photo
plastered all over the internet like that.
Around the internet with.
Especially if I'm thinking, like, this ain't even my wife. Like, I'm thinking about proposing to you.
Yeah, that too.
And it's like, oh, all right, cool. Like, dodge the bullet there.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, me personally, like, I think I'm obviously in the same sitch as Wak, right? Like, I'm pretty sure my girl, especially Chris Brown, has zero desire to have Chris Brown grab her ass on a viral photo. But let's say it's some other celebrity say
it was Chris Hemsworth.
A celebrity crush on
she's
or
into
something
Chris
like
Hemsworth.
that.
You and Chris Hemsworth feeling on your girl's booty?
The
shirt all off and shit.
Yeah.
I just asked her, like, yo, if it was J-Lo, if I was in J-Lo's arms like that, would you be okay with that? If I had my legs straddled all over her and she's holding me up all happy?
That's just not really her vibe. So in a hypothetical, some other girl, nah, I probably still. I mean, I'm not putting up the money. If you want to spend your own,
that's
money,
what I'm saying. Yeah, no, she's got the bread. It's on her. It's not coming out of your shit.
Are you okay with
your own money and do that wild shit for like a girlfriend or something?
Just say it. No,
whatever. Yeah,
you're not cool with that. You know that.
I mean, I'm not gonna be happy with it. But I don't know that I'm gonna like
end the relationship over it
or end the relationship. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, yeah, I feel you there. Now, what time did she come home?
4 a.m. dog. 4 a.m. and she smells like
5
Henny
in the morning. What you was doing?
Yeah.
I tried to hit you up because, you know, we had this plan. I was with the guys. We were going to meet up at like, you know, afterwards so that we can grab something to eat. But your phone was off. Like, what's up with that?
Suspicious. Yeah. Yeah, no, at that point, yeah, sure. I mean, we're getting close to ending relationship at that point. You know, I'm definitely having some questions. We having some conversations post concert.
Nah, I don't want to hear that. But it's Chris Brown. Like,
But it's Chris Brown. See, I feel like I can't say no to it because I mean I wouldn't be mad. Let's say, and while y'all were talking and giving your answers, I thought about the picture of me at Comic-Con with my hand on Abigail's booty in the middle of Comic-Con, son. And I was like, shit.
I was thinking about that too.
It's not
Abigail.
It's not quite as drastic as the Chris Brown.
But it's not like
picture,
you had
son.
your face in Abigail's titties. Like,
Right, but if she told me to, if she said it was cool, I'm 100% doing that without a doubt, bro. If I'm at like a porn convention, bro, I'm taking the filthiest pictures with every porn star I can get my hand. Like, it would be the worst. So I have no leg to stand on when it comes to this. You take your picture with whoever you want. Don't smash them. I'm not smashing porn stars. Let's do our thing.
But what time you came
interviewed
home?
Violet Myers, son. Violet Myers is like, hey, baby, you want to come take a picture with me? What you gonna say? She's like, you can put your hand on my big booty if you want.
I'll take a picture. I'm not putting my hands on her ass.
Nah, you lying. You lying, son.
I no.
Stop lying to the pod. Stop lying to the listeners. They deserve honesty.
Says,
Would I want to?
Face on my ass.
Would I want
snap a
to?
photo.
Absolutely. Would I do it? No, I would not. Because
just a picture
bro,
for you.
it was
Nobody would see
me interviewing Abigail Morris, right? just doing asking questions. And when my girl finally saw that, she wasn't upset. She wasn't mad, but she definitely did want to. So you interviewing porn stars? Like, you know, like one of those things.
Is that what the show is now?
Yeah.
Is that what this podcast is now?
With any luck. With any luck.
on Asylum. Anytime I interviewed someone who was remotely attractive, she made sure to watch that interview and listen to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like
twins.
Just looking.
Yeah. So it's like but you know, and it's just honestly being respectful. Unless we've had that conversation where she's just like, oh, I don't give a shit about that. Like, you know, taking a picture, blah blah blah, like whatever. Because some people are just like that. But if we ain't have that conversation, I'm gonna automatically assume, nah, this ain't cool. So
damn, you got me thinking though, because Abigail did tell us to go to the porn convention. She was gonna put us on with mad porn stars for interviews,
right? And then we would have been like, yo, let's go to New Jersey. Let's make it a thing. Like, so. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm still
pretty
down,
sure
but
if there
I'm
was
gonna be
like some
respectful
mad
though.
photos with mad girls, I'd probably be standing there with my hands over my junk, like,
oh,
hands
for sure.
just like,
nah, son,
I'm not touching anybody.
I'm Keanu Reeves.
Do the fucking who does that? Keanu Reeves, where he just
I'm
hovers
Keanu
over
Reeves.
the shit?
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves. My palms are always open, floating. I'm not touching. I'm just hovering around. Like, no, that's not. That's me.
Son.
That's me, bro. Nah, I ain't doing it.
I'd be elbow deep.
Not only that, but you never know, you know, where you never know where we're going with this, and then down the road, photos surface, and it's just like, oh, why is he grabbing her ass in this? Like, nah, son. Nah.
Back
Oh,
in
it's just a porn star.
2024.
Yeah. I'm not
Never
doing
mind,
that.
we're good.
I'm not doing that. Anyway. Yeah, son.
All right.
That's
Okay.
wild.
Good. All honest answers. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. If you could eat one food from an animated movie or TV show, what would you pick?
I've been going first on all of these, so.
Animated stuff is bomb. I had two. And I'll just bang. They're probably ones I doubt you guys picked. And then I'll have an honorable mention later. I thought a lot about animated food today for some reason, so that's why I got a decent amount.
Okay.
The honey from Winnie the Pooh, just like
that
the
always
jars
did-
of
that-
honey
that
that he
did- that did
stays
look good.
smashing.
That did look
It
good.
did look- it always-
One item, okay.
It always looks bomb. And then the second were the the picnic baskets that Yogi the Bear would steal. They always had fucking pies and bomb sandwiches in them and shit.
Would always look fire.
Always look fire.
Yeah.
Don't miss.
I mean,
he couldn't hold back, so they must have been, right?
Yeah, I mean, fuck. Guys got to eat.
Yeah, my answers are, well, I just thought of one as you were saying that. So I'll go with my original answer, and I'm going to have to go with Reptar bars.
Hey, that was going to be one of mine. I was going to pick Reptar bars.
Reptar bars, they always look from Rugrats. It was always a chocolate bar with like a green filling in the center. I think they've tried to like replicate it and shit.
Yeah, it's not
and
the
that's
same.
nah. And if it's not that, then I would have to say the pizza from a Goofy movie.
A Goofy movie. I knew you were going to say that because I know you love the pizza from Ninja Turtles 2 at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's super. That's your shit.
That's best. But that, it's in that one when I forget his name, but Pauly Shore's character was fucking. Yeah. That shit was all stringy ass, fucking gooey pizza.
Yeah, crazy gooey.
It's just so good. Looks so good.
It's funny. I was thinking pizza from Ninja Turtles, the show.
Yeah, that too.
They fucking go so crazy over it. But I guess I have two. One is not really. So rephrase the question again. What?
If you could eat,
if
any,
I could
any
eat
food.
an animated, which is the one that I would want.
Yeah,
I
TV
mean,
or movie.
I don't really want this one, which is why it's kind of like a sub answer. I kind of want to try it, but based on what the ingredients are, I don't think I would enjoy it. But they made it seem so freaking great. Is the ratatouille from Ratatouille?
Yeah, that was it looked good too, even though it was like CGI. It still looked like
but it's like, but the ingredients are like just like peasant food, mostly veggies. I think I don't even think there's any meat at all in it.
It's like zucchini and squash and all kinds of.
So I probably wouldn't like it.
And a rat cooked it, bro. I don't really want a rat cooking my shit, son. That's kind of gross as a bitch, right?
I mean, it's a human. Your rat's controlling the human.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's fair.
The only time I've ever seen anyone in real life actually like make and present ratatouille was I don't know, you can blur out the name if you want, but did that on like his IG one time. A couple of times, and he was trying to make it seem like I'm this sophisticated cook.
There's
this
a
is
rat
so
on
good.
my head.
Yeah, this is. I mean, he kind of looks like the dude, but that was the only time I've ever seen that. And it's just vegetables, and it's seasoned up vegetables with some sort of.
Seen
sauce.
it on
That's
a menu anywhere, and like been to a bunch of restaurants.
I never gone to
ratatouille.
a French restaurant.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen it. I mean, I've never been. I mean, not never, but I rarely ever been to any like French.
It just
restaurants,
looks like
even then I've never
like
seen
super.
It looks
French
like
restaurants.
thinly cut vegetables stacked.
Yeah.
That's just cooked in some sort of liquid seasoning.
like a tomato broth of some. I don't even know.
Sort.
I don't even know.
special sauce or
whatever.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it
Anyways.
up. I'm gonna inquire more.
I'm
I have a
Puerto
special
Rican. We
shout
have,
out for the ribs at the beginning of the Flintstones. That tip the car. Yeah, bro. I want to fuck with a massive rib, dog.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Tip my
Brontosaurus
shit
rib.
over.
No, my real one though is probably it's not one food though. It's a meal, and I'm going with the feast from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
I want all the dancing dishes. I want all the. I want it all. I want that. I want the song and dance along with the. Cause so much goddamn food they had that day.
Yeah.
Including like, I'm assuming most of that food was the food that was laid out previously when like she went down and they tried to serve her. And actually, she didn't go down. She refused to come down. She was locked in the room. And the Beast was sitting there with this massive freaking feast in front of him. I'm sure that all had to be pretty damn banging.
It looked it.
I'll fuck with it.
That's where I'm going with.
Well, no, it's not animated. Never mind. I was gonna give an honorable mention, but it wasn't animated. So
it's gotta be animated.
yes,
Gotta be a cartoon.
Maybe next week we'll do food from movies and TV shows.
Yeah. That's not as fun because whatever. But yeah. All right, that was it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
All right. Well, then let's get into some.
You know what it's time for. News clips.
Boom. Let's see what's happened
Since you've been away.
since I've been away. I'm not gonna do since I've been away. It's just like the most popular shit that's we talked about. Anyways,
Of course.
let's start off with the story that happened today. Actually, matter of fact, breaking news this morning: Justin Timberlake arrested for a DWI in far side of Long Island, Sag Harbors, in the Hamps, as apparently they call it over here, Hamptons.
The Hamps.
The
They call it. They really.
Does
they
anyone
call it
the
Hamps?
Hamps?
That's what my wife tells me. She goes there more than I do.
trust.
and
I
she's-
trust Joyce.
Okay,
I trust her,
I trust Joyce. I don't know about you, but I trust Joyce.
No.
Yeah. Fair.
Hamps.
Nah, that's just great. Did you see they released his mugshot?
Yes.
Yo, he looked pretty fucking
Yeah.
inebriated, bro.
That's how I look if I take edibles and then pass out and wake up at 2 a.m. and go to take a piss, and then like I look at my eyes and they're just red and glazed. And I look super fucked up.
That was
Yeah,
wild.
he definitely looked like he was having a good time.
He was
Yeah.
having a good time. He was
on
having
a
a
few.
good time.
My question on this, because the internet, of course, they're going crazy on it, especially fans of Britney and Janet Jackson, because they blame him for all of that, how he just
Of course.
allowed her to take the blame and all this stuff, and everything that went on with Britney. So everybody's just like, they're putting the caption up, and I've seen it with the what goes around comes back around.
Yeah.
so-
I've seen that. Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, my question is, you're a celebrity, right? What the fuck are you like? You're rich. Why are you driving drunk? Why are you driving?
Age-old question. Why do
Yes.
celebrities want to be regular
valid.
people?
Yeah.
Why? I'm
Why
just
don't
saying,
know.
like, you have money. You have money.
Why didn't he have a driver?
Yeah.
You have money to hire a driver. You have money to pay for an Uber. You have the money and the means to do these things, right? You can leave your car there, come back, and and it's not even a fucking problem. There's a service for that. You pay for it, like whatever. He's on tour right now. I'm sure he has a ton of people around him.
Yeah.
So like
Somebody.
like really, like what's the allure in that? But I also understand.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine not so much allure. I would imagine that like
we
like you
always
and
we
I-
always think we can do it.
yeah, they're just like, I'm not that drunk.
Yeah,
I'm not that bad. I
And I'm
can get
famous.
home.
What the fuck's gonna happen?
So on that note, actually, one I was gonna mention. I don't know if this has been proven true or verified. I guess is the better term there. From that poo crave tweet that we saw
I'm pretty
earlier,
sure that was bullshit. Yeah, I don't think that
about
was-
the types of things that were found in his bloodstream. One, because
What
I
the
just
fuck
don't
is
think
poo
that
crave?
they could even get that stuff so soon,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
And some of that stuff was wild.
Yeah, like the Truvada.
The Truvado and the poppers, bro. It's like it was that fucking gay orgy, dude. That's what. After you said that,
no,
like, because
but,
it looked like the pop crave, and I was like, oh fuck, that was poo crave.
does,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
full of shit.
When I seen it, I was like, poo crave. That's funny. But nah, the on page 6 published a story where apparently. So he was at a hotel bar in the Hamptons, hanging out with a bunch of friends and whatnot, and apparently cops were stationed outside of this hotel, like they were just waiting for people to leave,
Absolutely.
to pull over, and so they did, and so page 6 says that they were told that the cop who pulled Timberlake over was, quote, so young that he didn't even know who the 10-time Grammy winner was.
That's why.
He didn't recognize him. He didn't recognize his name. And a second source says that Timberlake said under his breath, "Oh, man, this is going to ruin the tour." And the cop replied, "What tour?" And Justin says, "The World Tour."
The World Tour.
So, yeah, I guess he didn't stop at a stop sign and failure to stay in the proper lane of travel, which sounds both like bullshit stuff to pull people over when they're leaving a bar.
Yep.
Because you could totally be like going around something and it was like, oh, he left the lane.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely sounds like some meh shit that happened. But my God, was this story everywhere
Yes.
today?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Well, it's because he's currently on tour. All the things that I mentioned, right? People just want to see, like more so than ever. I think people are just like dying for bad news when it comes to any kind of celebrity that's currently on top, and he's going on tour. So I feel like if he wasn't on tour, maybe this would have been swept under the rug, not necessarily because it wouldn't have happened.
No,
but
it's 100%.
You think so?
Yes, without a doubt.
I think so. Plus, I think the Britney thing just amps it up, right?
Yeah.
People just are dying to hate on Timberlake, and the Britney thing had come out, and it wasn't really that bad, and so, but the hardcore Britney fans / Timberlake haters tried to like amp it up, and when it didn't like turn into a cancel of Justin,
Right.
I think they're mad that nobody canceled Justin over this thing, and so this comes another thing that they could jump on.
Yeah.
And the bad part of it, page 6 says that he was a gentleman. He didn't show any entitlement. He did refuse the breathalyzer, but I mean, you're allowed to, right?
Yeah.
And most times they say you should, right? Most lawyers would tell you to do it anyways if you have a lawyer, because you do get immediately locked up for refusing the breathalyzer. But if you have a lawyer and you can afford one, refuse the breathalyzer, and then they'll never be able to really pin it on you. But anyways, that's one of the more popular stories that came out.
Sure.
JT.
Let's see what else we got here today. Y'all Adobe subscribers? I know I am.
Nah, I'm an Adobe hater, son.
Oh, well, you might like that the Department of Justice has sued Adobe today. I don't know, this week, something like that. Apparently for people signing up for these subscription plans and then not I know I've seen like mad tweets about this shit over the past like 3 months where folks will be like, yo, Adobe's getting me. I tried to cancel my plan and now they telling me I owe them $800.
Oof. Because you're locked in for like what, a year or
something like that.
multiple years? Yeah.
So I guess it's I don't know what plan I'm on, and so I should probably look into that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I thought I was just on a standard regular month-to-month plan, but I think they promote a cheaper version on the monthly plan.
Absolutely.
But what you're really doing is signing up for an annual plan and paying it month to month.
Yes. Right. So that's the majority of plans, not necessarily with Adobe.
Office does that. Microsoft Office.
But anytime that they offer you a cheaper amount, it's because you're paying for it for the year.
Yeah.
And if you are someone who just doesn't pay attention to something like that, or it's like, the amount came out the one time, whatever. And when it comes out again, if it doesn't really affect your bank account like that, like it is what it is. But yeah, you don't know that until you actually pay for it, and then you'll forget it by next year. I know that, I pay for the monthly because I do it for Photoshop. That's the only thing that I pay for. I don't do the what's the video editing stuff, Premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've thought about doing it for Premiere, but Yeah, I'm not down with the monthly. I just paid the one time for fucking Final Cut, and that's it. That was oh no, I got it for free. But even then, I'd rather pay $250 for the application one time or whatever the cost is, and not have to deal with it monthly. So
Yeah.
because really, what's the purpose of it other than they get to just charge the fuck out of you for
Using
years?
their software. Yeah.
Yeah, to use their software. Like it's in my opinion, it's it's kind of borderline scam. It's like the same shit with Planet Fitness, right? Like well, not exactly to the extent of like a Planet Fitness, but same concept, right? You might forget it whether you don't use it or not. They'll charge you for it, and then it's like, oh yeah, I really need to get to start using that again. But they just they get to charge you monthly rather than everything up front.
Yeah.
So
I don't
it
know,
sucks.
I'm torn on subscription pricing for software because I do think folks like Adobe and Microsoft have jumped on this train, and they take advantage because they're some of the most popular products that are available out there.
Sure.
And they used to be super expensive, and so now they're getting more customers by charging only $15 to $20 a month or whatever for access. But at the same time, like you're paying in perpetuity, like you're just forever paying Adobe when I could have bought Adobe Creative Suite or whatever. Yeah, it was dumb expensive, let's say $200 to $400 or whatever. Dumb expensive, but like I would buy it now and not buy it again for like 6 years, right? Like
Yeah.
it's gonna last me a while. But now instead I'm paying $20 to $60 a month forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I don't know how I feel about that. However, on the flip side, like with smaller developers and shit, like especially app. When I say app, I refer to like mobile phone apps and shit, right?
Sure.
On app developers or phone app developers, right? Like they were selling their apps for like $4, maybe $10, right? $9.99 for an app. Like that's an expensive app, right? Like who's buying a $10 app for your phone? Most of the time, I don't know. That's how much I pay Netflix a month, or used to back in the day, right? And so like, that's how much I pay Apple TV. And so like, right, like, it seems like that's a very expensive plan, but at the same time, okay, so they got to drop their price to $3. All right, they get me for $3. I'll pay $3 for an app that's worth paying for. But now this app developer is supposed to continuously update this app for the next 4 to 5, 6 years, and they only got my $3 5-6 years ago.
Right.
Like there's not enough revenue generation there to continue a successful business. So with those folks, like I kind of understand the model, and I'll give them their their $3 a month instead, or $25 a year or something like that. Like that kind of makes a little bit more sense. But these big companies like Microsoft and Adobe and Salesforce and Slack,
That's just greedy as fuck.
That's really what I chalk it up to, honestly.
Yeah,
it's just wanting to. It's just wanting. They probably saw that it worked for one company or whatever. They justify it with like cloud services,
Right.
then that most people don't even take advantage of, because I don't need this shit in the fucking cloud. I'm just gonna save
Adobe
it on my
Cloud,
own
they
shit.
hate that shit. Like, how can I turn this off?
Yeah, exactly.
right.
So it's bullshit. Like it makes more sense for like Outlook, right, and Microsoft stuff. Makes more sense there in an enterprise situation.
In the enterprise space, yes.
Yeah.
Charge them. Don't
Yes,
charge
exactly.
me.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
just
charge
on the
me.
consumer level pricing. Give me like $2 a month.
I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to
those
make
universities up.
I'm just trying to make some covers for our fucking podcast. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Right.
So
But I still want all the features. Don't like.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I need all
Don't
that
cripple
shit.
my app. Anyways, yeah. So let's see how far this goes. But yeah, the DOJ is suing Adobe for deceptive practices because they apparently only showed the those early termination fees were in fine print until you tried to cancel, and then when you cancel, they're like, oh, by the way, it's going to cost you $800 if you want to cancel now. And you're like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? Yeah. And so it's a retention tool to keep you on. And then I guess there was folks that were also saying that they did cancel, but then they would still get charged. And, they would see it like months later because apparently they got mad money and they didn't even notice charges in their account.
Nice.
Yeah. Shit is wild. Let's see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Also from Congress today, AI porn possibly going to become like straight up legal to distribute and post. I guess not really create, but
I say, you can't tell me what I can make and jerk off to and what I can't.
Own AI porn. However, they're trying to tie it into like revenge porn and make it a part of the revenge porn laws for AI porn. There was some wild ass number I had saw. I don't have the article in front of me, but I want to say it was something like this researcher or whatever had identified over 200,000 uploaded videos of AI generated porn of individuals. So it's like legit, like real people that.
I wonder if I've ever cranked it to any AI porn before. Now I'm racking my brain.
You would not know.
So I have. I think it was. I'll definitely. But it wasn't like someone I knew. It was. I think I was on this. What's that? It was the celebrity site. That they
Mr.
had
Skin.
done. Nah, it was the other Jihad, Celebrity Jihad or something like that.
Ooh,
Okay.
that sounds
They're the
sexy.
ones that had the Taylor Swift stuff. They're the ones that had posted that.
I remember those pictures.
And I remember going on that site and what I found was like some post that they had where they were like, all of these models don't exist in real life. Like these are completely generated models. And I was like, yo, these bitches are bad.
I mean, AI knows what's up.
Yeah.
Sure do.
But it does make me wonder, like, let's say you are one of these people that have created AI porn of like people that you know, right? Like,
Sure.
Because I'm assuming that's what they meant by that 200,000 number. Like, it's like AI porn of like regular normal people.
Right.
And so my assumption is that, Dirtbags is like creeping on girls.
This chick that lives down in the
this chick
apartment
that lives
under
down
me
the-
that doesn't
yeah.
pay any attention to me, I'm going to make an AI porn.
And you go and you find her on Facebook or Instagram or something. You grab a bunch of her photos and you upload it to create AI shit, right? And you're like, well, it's just for me.
Right.
Like I didn't post it anywhere.
Sure.
But my wonder as I was reading this story is like, what if like I don't know what like the terms and conditions are for these like sites that generate and create, because I know like Midjourney and the typical AI diffusion sites, they don't allow porn, so I don't even know like who allows you to create, like who are the AI porn generators.
Yeah,
but I imagine they're already on the lower level of seediness on the internet, right?
Darknet AI apps.
Yeah, and so like what are their terms and conditions? Like
I doubt
do
there
they
are
own everything that you've now uploaded and they've created? And so like what if like you do create that porn of your next door neighbor, and then like a year from now, you're scrolling through Pornhub or some shit, and they got an AI section, and you come across this fucking video, and it's like someone you know,
video,
and you
yeah.
can see their face, and it's like not a celebrity, but just a random person that you like. What if you saw like, I don't know, like your cousin or something, and it wasn't like you didn't create it, but you're on like I said, like on Pornhub or whatever. Now Pornhub has an AI section. You're just scrolling through there as you're being Dave and being a completionist. You're just getting through every video that's on the site, right?
Yeah.
And you land on like a video of your cousin, and you're like, "Yo, what the fuck is this? Did my cousin like do it?" I'm pretty sure my cousin's not a porn star.
I would let it go. I would let it go.
Yeah.
I mean,
know
obviously,
what?
I'm
This
not
is
saying
cool.
you're gonna
This
crank
is
it
cool.
out, but
I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
That's what he meant. That's what he meant by he would let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. I bet
that shit is wild.
it
Like,
go.
yeah, like
the host of it, I bet it's similar to like a pirate radio thing. They're in like international waters or like the Pirate Bay servers where like they're like, yeah, we just provide it. Y'all do what y'all do. Because if they take ownership of it and they get in trouble for some shit, now that's on them, bro. I can't imagine they would want to be like, yeah, that we own that. So if anything's bad, you come talk to us about it. Like it's more of like we didn't see nothing. Do what you got to do. Good luck catching
now
us.
that it'll be illegal, yeah, for sure, it'll be in that route. Prior to
Yeah.
it being illegal, I wonder if they were, secretly on the back end posting these photos and videos on like dark porn sites or whatever, and just being like,
And
yeah,
what if a lot of those sites,
this is AI, it's not real.
you could take some of that and start, uploading to a paid account on Pornhub or X videos or OnlyFans. Like you could possibly make a marketable business just by creating some fake AI fucking cam model who's, selling content now.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Why are we not doing
with
that?
us earlier this week about AI influencers just getting super rich and they don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
Let's
covered
make
that
'em
before.
Let's make them
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
porn
and
stars.
what's crazy about that is, yeah, we shared the story of that one specific one where the person makes well over $100K a month. I want to say,
Jesus.
yeah, they made shit ton of money, and he just created this person and has images. That person also has an OnlyFans where it has the same images of this fake person, but doing things that that you would want to see in OnlyFans.
I'd be pissed.
I mean, you could kind of tell though that it's there's at first knowing that it exists, right? We would probably look at that and go, "There's something weird about this," but your average person they're not even thinking about it. Not even thinking, is this AI? They don't care, bro. The article, I want to say that I've seen the page for that person. You read the comments, right? And it will say that this is AI. Like I think I seen something recently that said this full account is AI generated images. And it wasn't anything like naked or anything like that, but it was older women with
You got Johnny's attention.
older women with like lingerie on, and they have like dope ass bodies and shit. But the caption on the thing said, all of these images are made with AI. And the comment section was, "Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh my goodness!" Like all
Indian
the
dudes,
thirst
Indian
traps,
dudes trying to smash,
all
trying
kind
to
of
get them
dudes,
digits.
bro. All of them thirst traps, commenting on, whoever's
Ethiopian,
banging you is
Nigerian
so
dudes.
Lucky. You know what I mean? Like all of the same shit. And it's like, yo, this is obviously AI generated. Like this doesn't look like any. It's very rare that you see an older woman with that, that type of a body, like, yeah, I'm just saying. Like, it's rare for you to see something like that.
You'd be surprised.
You would be surprised. No, I probably would. But I'm just saying, like, you know, it's just rare. It's not an everyday occurrence. And this whole page is just filled with these women. And like it's obvious. And then you look at it and it goes made with AI. Like in the caption for each photo, made with AI. And people don't give a fuck. They are not reading any of that. They see tits and they go straight to the comments and think, I'm going to say something that's going to knock her socks off and she's going to fuck me.
I'm going to make her mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch
and
this.
It's, wow, baby, you are so hot. Look at those tits.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Just the comments at all on any
I know,
tweets
it's so
are just
so
so
cringe,
like,
bro. So cringe.
They're so wild. Every time I look at the wildest ones, and I gotta click on their profile.
Oh, of course,
I want to be like,
course, and it
what
always
else
matches.
are you tweeting at? Like, if your profile is,
Always
if I go
matches the
and I
face.
see that the only things you're commenting on is also other, porny type shit on Twitter. All right, man. Maybe this is a burner account that you're using just for this. But sometimes it's like, Dad, father of 3. You're like
Patriot.
commenting, yeah, and your shit is all like
Alpha
fucking-
male.
Alpha male, yeah.
Yeah, these dudes are funny. Speaking of, there's a little bit of hubbub, a little do about the Boys season 4 dropped, right? Season 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And apparently, certain people are just realizing that this show has always been about them.
Yes. Oh, it's so good.
And so they're rate bombing it on Rotten Tomatoes and other sites, trying to make it seem like it's a terrible, terrible show. Eric Kripke, the showrunner and creator, is finding it hilarious that all of these people have never realized that all of this stuff is source material. It's all in the original comic,
And it's all making fun of you.
And yeah, he's let's see what does he say here? There's just so few shows that can directly comment on the world we're living in, and South Park gets to do it as a cartoon. We get to hold up a mirror as a fantasy genre show, but again, we're right there. I mean, it's all in the original comic, and people are being mad about it being woke all of a sudden. Apparently took 4 seasons to come to the realization, something that we thought was fairly obvious. I have to believe that the bad fans are just a small minority, because I don't know how you root for Homelander when the guy is slurping up breast milk and being the weakest character in the show over and over again, and being like, he's not even particularly macho. He's weird. He's weird and thin-skinned. And I don't know how you look at that guy and you're like, that's my guy.
That's my
Yeah,
dude.
and a lot of people are like that. I was just having a conversation with my brother because they just got into The Boys, and my brother Bebo, and who's been on the show before. He was telling, he's like, I'm watching. He's like, yo, Homelander has to be like the best hero, like the best version of like a Superman. Or something. Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
what show are you watching, my guy?
I'm like, yo, he's like the biggest bitch on this show.
Wait
where
till
if he-
season 4. He's going
if
to
he
be
didn't
even
have-
more heated.
He
Right.
said he's caught up. He said he's caught up. He's and yeah, he's just, and that's the sentiment that a lot of people share. Like, a lot of people watch this and they're like, they love Homelander. And even Tony Starr, who plays Homelander, goes, yo, if you see this guy and you connect with him, like, I don't know what to tell you. There's something wrong with you. Like, this
Kripke
is
came out and said
not
that
meant
one of the
for that.
characters now is based on Marjorie Taylor Greene in the new season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not full on based, but very loosely based. And when you guys watch, I want you to tell me who it is.
Oh, it's got to be that new character, the Bejeweled or some shit like that. I forget what the hell her name is.
Bejeweled.
Bejeweled, you got it. That's the new.
No, it's
Firecracker.
Firecracker. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's got to be her, right?
It is. Yeah. It's,
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I gotta watch the show. I haven't seen a single episode of this season yet.
I remember her from the trailer, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that looks like MTG right there.
Yeah.
Hotter.
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
hilarious.
way hotter. Yeah. No, it was nice redhead.
Same vibes.
It's just hilarious that people are now starting to get that whole. Yeah. And
it still has a 75% audience score or 73 and like a 92
Nobody gives a fuck about that,
Rotten
bro.
Tomatoes score.
So it's not that bad. They
No,
didn't
it's
super
not.
bomb it.
No.
Okay, I was getting these vibes of like they were
Like they tanked
in
it.
the 50s or
No.
something.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it seems that way because it's the lowest, the season with the lowest score.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
Just
why they're
averaged
making a
them.
big deal about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
So that's not too bad.
nah, I'm not worried about it.
Last story I got here.
Sure.
I think this came out late last week. But there was a. I thought this was just funny. It was a Jamaican food truck up in Newburgh, I think it was in Newburgh, New York, that got busted. The Jamaican food truck was called Real Spice, and out of that food truck, they were selling guns and cocaine
Oh man,
and
you can't
weed.
get any spicier than that.
Yeah, Real Spice.
They were selling all the spices.
And
New
the
York?
funny shit is, they were literally positioned, I believe, right across the street from a police station.
That's brilliant.
Genius.
Did they actually have food too? Like, if you went up, like, or was it just
that's a
like,
good
yeah,
question.
can I get a Jamaican patty? They're like, nah.
That would be wild if they had.
I think so.
It would be insane if they were across from a police station, like they were that, like brave. You know what I mean? Like that brave to do that,
And they
And
had
then-
zero food.
and had
Right.
zero food. A
'Cause you know
police
some
officer
cops are
comes up
coming
and
out
goes,
on
"Hey,
lunch."
let me get a, let me get a,
Get
let
an
me
oxtail
get a beef
stew.
patty, yeah, or something."
Nah,
and it'd be like,
we ain't got
I'm sorry, what?
They're like, now we all out of that.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
all
that
out.
kind of tracks for a Jamaican restaurant, right? They're
That's true,
usually
too.
out of anything you order. So that could work. The photo of the Glock 9s in the to-go containers though is just fucking hilarious. 'Cause that's how they would sell it to you. They would give it to you in a typical styrofoam, to-go container.
Smart.
And you walk away with a piece.
Wow.
That's smart.
Do you want a Jamaican beef patty or do you want a Jamaican beef patty?
Ah,
And do the
yeah.
hand signals, cocking
You
the
gotta
back
do,
of
yeah,
gun.
you gotta do the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta say it with an accent. The beef patty.
It would-
You want the patty or you the patty? I give you
Yeah.
the beef patty or the beef patty.
It's like, give me the potty.
give me the and some jerk chicken.
How are the highs,
Oh
man?
man.
Say what's up to
That's
Samson
what I got
me.
for y'all today though.
All right.
what's up.
Cool. That's what's up. And it's time for some Hollywood.
Hollywood. Hollywood.
As I stated, I don't really have too much for Hollywood because, I like to talk about things that actually need to be discussed up in Hollywood rather than just blurting out a bunch of random ass
bullshit.
shit. Right. So one of the things I found interesting since we were talking about it earlier, I figured, let me bring this up. Speaking about, being canceled and people being mad that they can't cancel somebody, someone who made a pretty big comeback with a huge box office is Will Smith. And it seems like, there are a lot of people that are annoyed that he is not canceled. And pretty much, screaming from the rooftop saying, "Oh, so no, there are conversations on, I think it was Steve A. Smith,
Stephen
was
A.
saying,
Smith, yeah.
Stephen A. Smith. He was on his show saying like, I'm not saying that he needs, but he owes black people an explanation as to why he did this and blah blah blah. Right? And it's just like people are just
It's so wild.
just
some
mad because this man is not fucking canceled. He smacked somebody. I would understand if he sexually assaulted someone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he smacked Chris Rock at the Oscars. You know, he probably should have been a little more reprimanded than he was. Should he lose, like, his entire legacy over fucking a slap, especially for Jada Pinkett Smith? No. But,
Right.
we've all been run over by emotion. Whatever. Like, sure. But the man, he's fucking Will Smith, yo. So, and everyone...
It's like, he did Thriller, son.
Yo,
Thriller. That's what that reminded me of.
Yeah. It's like, yo, my man, you know, he slapped Chris Rock. I'm sure if we knew Chris Rock, maybe one of us would want to smack him too. Who knows?
I wish he smacked a tough black dude, not Chris Rock.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
Like, just somebody
Agreed,
that could
yes.
handle their shit. Like, I just felt like that was unnecessary. There was no winning. Like, Chris Rock's such a little skinny fucking dude. Like, yeah, you punked him. Cool. Good job. I saw that. I wanted to be more upset that he wasn't canceled until I saw Rob Schneider freaking out about him not being canceled and like going in on it. I was like, oh, I can't be.
Yeah,
I can't agree with Rob Schneider on anything, bro. So I was like, clearly, Dave, you need to get your fucking head right because, yeah, Rob Schneider's a piece of shit.
Was Rob Schneider really pissed?
He went in, dude. He called him a twat. He called him all kinds of names, dude. I forget where he was being interviewed, but he went in on Will Smith, dude. And it was like, bro, get a fucking life, dog. That was like 2 years ago. You've got nothing going on.
Comic defense type thing?
I think so.
I don't know, honestly.
I think so. A lot of the comedians have pretty much stuck up for Chris Rock because it's Chris Rock. Like that's really what it comes down to, is because it's Chris Rock, and Chris Rock is like this, you know, this nice guy.
Cool.
He's got stand-up cred. I get it.
Yeah,
100%.
But that's pretty much, those are the people that are really outspoken by it.
And that's cool. I just feel like, all right, yes, we didn't give him a pass, but like Wak was saying, like you really think the dude's career should be over? Like, he's not allowed to make movies anymore? He is still banned from the Oscars for another 8 more years.
Sure.
So it's not like, or 9 more years rather. So it's not like, you know, he has 0 penance.
Right.
And it's not like he's in a freaking Oscar-worthy movie that he's coming out in. He's in the fucking 4th version of a movie that should have stopped, you know, 2 movies ago.
2 of them ago, yeah.
So it's like, it's not the biggest deal here. And
Let him
pretty
claw
sure
his
it
way
flopped,
back if he
right?
can.
Like, it didn't do great at the box office.
I think it did better than expected.
Maybe, yeah, but it wasn't like some...
No, it didn't break records or anything like that.
It's not like
was just
Inside Out 2 or anything.
Nah. Which went off.
No, I mean, a lot of people were actually praising the movie, saying, you know, the people that did see it, saying that it's actually really good, probably better than Part 3, because Part 3 just felt like it was a lot of old jokes, like being old and blah, blah, blah. So I heard this one was actually, like, really good. So, yeah, I'll probably still wait for it to, you know,
Definitely wait.
have on
100%. 100%. Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, shit. Dave
Is that
only
even a
watches
question?
Marvel movies, so...
Marvel
but,
movies
know,
and Tarantino movies.
Yes,
but my whole thing was he lost a bunch of stuff when that happened, right?
Yes.
He lost a bunch of roles.
He paid his price.
He was
That's
in
what I was saying.
purgatory for
He's
a
paid
little
his
bit.
due.
Yeah.
And
man-
like you said, like he didn't fucking, you know, he didn't rape nobody.
Like, yeah, he didn't
Right.
sexually assault anybody.
He didn't hit a
didn't-
chick. I mean,
He
close.
wasn't like a verbal abusive environment. You know, like this, he made one
He had a
badass
momentary
mistake
lapse of judgment.
that got national attention.
It's not like he was like Christian Bale. He was berating fucking
Right.
people
grip.
and key grip person. You fucking amateurs.
Hey, he's a method actor, dog.
He is a method actor.
Can't
yeah.
fuck his shit up.
He can't just turn that shit off. By the way, I heard. I'm only bringing this up because I feel like you will just love this little tidbit here that I heard Action Bronson say. He was on Joe Rogan. I was listening to the Joe Rogan episode with Action Bronson. I like Action Bronson.
I love Action Bronson.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he was on Joe Rogan. But
No, he's been on Joe Rogan a few times. But that's what I like about it, right? They're talking about Action Bronson shit, like normal shit. They don't get too crazy on political shit. Like, so I watched an episode like that, and he brought up Terrence Howard, and he said, Action Bronson, how he talks. He was like, "Oh yeah, man, Terrence, he's phenomenal. He is a phenomenal actor. He's like a modern day, what's your boy?
Day Lewis?
Yes, he's like a modern day Day Lewis." I was like, "Oh, Dave! If Dave heard that, he'd be livid."
Yo, Action be tripping.
He be getting too high. He lost weight and shit, and now he be getting dizzy, and he don't know what he's talking about.
The man has range. You know how he be talking. The man has range. He has. He's like a modern day Day Lewis. So yeah, I thought that was funny. But
what
anyway,
the fuck is Day Lewis? He's still fucking around a lot, like modern day. That's what
I know, right?
It was such a wild. He said a number of things,
right?
He said a number of things that was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no,
but because he's just talking, being high.
Yeah, they're all smoking
I
in
hope
there.
he's fucking high as hell to be able to
he always
pass
is.
that shit along.
He always
God damn, boy, you tripping.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mentioned I sent y'all the Neil deGrasse responding to Terrence Howard.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, man, because
it was very nerdy.
That's what I figured it was.
Yeah, there was no smackdowns or anything. He literally just, I think he said that he's posting this because his mom made a reference to him, like, "Hey, do you know about this Terrence Howard thing?"
He's pretty smart, I think.
And yeah, right. And then he just went through like the story. He was just like, "Listen, this is how I met him. This is what happened." And then he presented me this, 60-page document, which I, as a scientist, responded to him like a scientist. And I don't think that he was like, I think he said something at the end, like, because he if you read the shit, like, he did kind of tear him up, and he basically said, like, everything on here, like, from the very first line, he was like, "This premise is false, and I'm going to assume if the rest of this document is based on this premise, that the rest of this document will be false." And then he just, he continued, and in the video, he was just like reading through his remarks to this wild ass shit that Terrence was saying, and at the end, he was like, "Yo, we're scientists, right? And so if you consider yourself a scientist, then you shouldn't be offended by what I wrote, because if any other scientist would have given me this paper, he would see what I wrote, he would accept it, and then we would have beers afterwards. And you decided to go on Jay Rogan and just like shit on me."
Yeah. I mean, yeah, essentially. And I by no means would call Terrence Howard a scientist.
Nah, man, the shit he was saying in that paper was wild as fuck.
I mean,
any paper, any thesis that starts with the quote of yourself is already dead.
I mean, yeah, no, you
can't quote yourself in a thesis.
Even when and then we can get back to Will Smith.
Can we? Great.
I'm just saying, like, even with that whole shit, the fact that he calls it what the fuck was it, Terrenceism or some shit like that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the second I saw that, I was like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here." Yeah, fuck out of here. No, but I was saying all that just to say, like, yo, it was good to see that Will Smith is actually, like, he has 6 movies, that are in pre-production, and I think that they sound pretty good. He has the council where he's going to be playing Nikki Barnes. And it's supposed to be it says it's 1970s, never before told story of a crime syndicate consisting of 7 African American men who ruled Harlem in the 70s and early 80s, focusing on Nicky Barnes, dubbed Mr. Untouchable. So I thought
Nicky Barnes was a bad dude. I
Yeah.
thought he doesn't play bad dudes. That's different.
yeah. I mean,
That's fair.
I which I do like that. And he started that with Suicide Squad, kind of. Right? Where it's
he
like
was worried about his
tried-
daughter
he
and
tried
shit.
to
Like,
make
come on.
Killshot
It was
a
yeah.
good
It was
guy.
like,
but that's
"He's not gonna give home to my
essentially
daughter."
that's essentially what these movies
You think
do, right? They
that's the twist?
romanticize. Possibly, we won't know until
Yeah.
and maybe he's just like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to lean into this slap and just be, start playing these bad roles, which
I'm a bad
I've always said that about Will Smith, because some of his movies were like hit or miss, like, and I'm like, yo, the day that Will Smith leans into like just becoming a villain for a while, like I think that's what'll take his career to the next level, because he just always wants to play that nice guy.
Yeah.
Fast and Loose sounds interesting. Another criminal organization movie. Says after the leader of a criminal organization suffers memory loss from an attack, he reunites
That's all they're
with his crew.
offering him now is typical
He has to
black guy roles.
reunite
true.
with his family who's long lost. There's some fucking hero bullshit in there, I'm sure.
All right, fine. Well, there's another one is called Sugar Bandits.
So he's the sweet bad
All
guy.
the black dude roles.
A former special forces soldier joins an elite vigilante squad aiming to wipe out the drug trade in Boston. So that sounds interesting.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's
that
a good
sounds-
guy.
that-
That's a good guy.
Yeah, that sounds all right though. These synopses they sound all right.
Are any of these Netflix movies? Because
It doesn't say. Now here are the two that the names will strike a bell. Obviously, we know that I Am Legend 2 is being made with him and Michael B. Jordan. And then this is the interesting one: Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
what?
It's him and Kevin Hart doing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
He's going to be the John Can. No, Kevin Hart's going to be the John Can. He's going to be the straight man.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would have to be.
Yeah.
I've never seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh man, it's really funny.
That's what I hear.
It's a
That's
funny
what I hear.
old movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Steve
hear.
Martin.
I get worried about watching movies that old because sometimes you had to watch it back then, kind of
Oh,
thing.
no, there's usually an N-word or two in them for sure.
Oh, for sure. Okay, all right. So then, yeah,
No, I don't know
I'll give it
about
a
Planes,
shot.
Trains, and Automobiles. I'm just saying, in general, that's a safe
I said, oh,
assumption
all right,
when
yeah,
you
well, I'll
watch a
give it a
movie
shot
from the
then.
80s.
Let's see.
I can't believe they're remaking that movie.
It sounds so stupid.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's a Netflix, direct to Netflix.
I hope so, because fuck that, man. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Does not need to be remade.
And they're making it like an African-American remake. Like,
Yeah, that's kind of like, what?
Coming to
Why?
America 2 didn't even do that well. And that was a real African-American remake.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm not a fan of Will Smith in very comedic roles.
I'm not. Yeah. Well. What's a very comedic role?
I don't know. I'm trying to think
I
right
was
now
just
as
trying-
I
yeah,
say that.
I was-
But I'm just picturing him alongside Kevin Hart, and I'm picturing him like being
I think Kevin Hart's
last
gonna
season
be
of
the-
Fresh Prince extra, like
I mean, it's probably gonna be. It's kind of like
Fresh
how
Prince
Martin.
was cool, but he was young, and now he's not. And if he's still trying to be Fresh Prince,
Nah, but he's generally the straight man in that, because that's how Bad Boys worked. I think Martin was the more of the comedic person in that, and he was just the homeboy that was the ladies' man, and
yeah.
He
So-
plays that role well.
he does. So
Mike Lowry.
it might. I don't know. The Kevin Hart part of it was just like,
It's like of all people that
Yeah.
He has his own kind of internet hate, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's I like
People are a
Kevin.
little tired of Kevin Hart, so
I like Kevin Hart. I like his stand-up comedies. You're right. I haven't seen anything recently from him, but his movies are just, I don't know, very cookie cutter. I don't think there's anything special about a Kevin Hart movie.
No.
not anything recent for sure.
No, I mean, I
Get
can't
Hard.
think.
Get Hard. I really
Get
enjoyed
Hard was- yeah, Get Hard
And that's
was good.
mostly Will Ferrell, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it was Will Ferrell that makes you love that fucking movie.
Yeah.
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 So, all right. Next, we have kind of some crazy news. For the first time since 1949, a movie studio now owns a cinema chain. So Sony Pictures acquired the Alamo Draft House. They purchased this because of a decision back in 2020 that chose not to. What is it like? It was consent, right? Let me see. They rescinded in 2020. They rescinded a consent called the Paramount Consent Decree, which stopped movie distribution companies from owning movie theater franchises. In 2020, they decided, hey, we're gonna stop this this thing that's been around since 1949, and we're gonna allow this to happen. And Sony was the first one to actually purchase out these fucking theaters. So I don't know. I guess I understand because we've talked about it, Jonni, and we were saying, like, imagine having to go to a specific theater to watch your Marvel movies, or a certain theater put out or a certain studio put out this movie, like having to only go there to be able to watch this. Do you think that that's the route that they would go? Because I would imagine that this would hurt their numbers way more than it would help them to own that theater. The only thing I can think of is like, so they get 100% of what gets sold there, right? Concessions, all that shit. Could that be more beneficial to us because they can afford to do that shit? Which I doubt.
Are they only allowed to show Sony movies, or can they still make deals with other studios where they're like, we'll show your movies here, like that's cool, but like, we're gonna get a decent cut of it. Obviously, they can show their own Sony movies, without having to pay the theater, right? A cut that they would get.
And so the thing that I posited to y'all was like, imagine you could only go to AMC to watch MCU movies, right? But on the flip side, because of what y'all just said, right? Let's say Disney decides we're not going to release our movies at Alamo Draft House because we don't want all of the profits going to Sony. Mm-hmm. And that's like the best theater in your town because you live in fucking Charlottesville, Virginia or some shit, right? Mm-hmm. Like that would kind of suck. And that's the whole reason that these I don't know that it was a law before, but at least these regulations existed previously that prevented movie studios from owning the whole verticalization of a movie. Yeah. And now, like, the fact that that's been rescinded and it gives them the ability to do so, we've really just been waiting for the first, anchor to drop. AMC is not doing well, right? Like, they're losing money. Their stock is not doing well. They did a little bit well during like the meme stock craze around GameStop and all that shit. Yeah. But that craze has tapered. And what hasn't tapered is people's desire to watch movies at home.
Sure.
And so,
so does this actually hurt us or not?
It's only a matter of time before, they
get greedy.
You start seeing Cinemark get bought by another studio and AMC get bought by maybe a conglomerate of studios. Maybe it's like a joint venture between Disney and Warner Brothers buys AMC
Sure.
or some shit, right? Like, and then when all of the big movie theater chains, Regal is owned, AMC is owned, when now they're all under studio ownership, that's when I think you'll start seeing the bifurcation of who's, or more than bifurcation, but just like the split of like what theater do you have to go to see your movie. And what if like, there's no Alamo Draft House in Rochester, and what if Sony tries to release a theater, but all the other theaters are owned by other movie studios, and they decide they're not going to carry the new Spider-Man versus Venom or something.
Yeah.
Then we're, you know what I mean? Like, how will you even see the movie in Rochester if it's only available at Alamo Draft House? So shit like that is kind of, I don't know that we'll get there, but it's the concern, right?
It's definitely a possibility.
It
right?
could.
About.
Yeah, when these it's gonna be their egos that really cause this fucking downward spiral, because all it takes is for one company to not want to fuck with another company, and then is since they're not fucking with us, we're not fucking with them, that kind of thing. So it's definitely worrisome for us moviegoers. Yeah, there's some concern there. But I think that's just gonna just end up pushing it to allow people to just view it at home, whether it's streaming or it's some sort of,
Sony could have their own streaming
rental
service
service.
that they put out for don't go to our theaters if you don't want to. Stream it here on this website or this app for this much money.
There's also going to be a lot more money thrown into it, so there may be a Alamo Draft House that does pop up in New York.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like all the way around. So we'll see. We'll have to see what that what comes from all of that shit.
A few of them around me, but
I'm
also not a fan of like eating while I watch a movie in the theater with other people. Like that.
I don't like drinking in the theater because
I don't like
piss
that
and
either.
I gotta get up. It never made sense to me to drink while you're watching a movie in the theater like that. Like, as good as it sounds, like it sounds cool until you're 2 or 3 drinks in and you got an hour left of the movie and you gotta piss like a fucking racehorse.
I mean, I've done it, right? Like,
for sure.
So since I've been like 17 years old smoking weed, I always smoke before I watch a movie. And that's always been kind of like my pregame to the movies. Since I've been with my wife, she wants to like drink before going to the movies. Yeah. And I'm like, the fuck? And then we got to fucking piss in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like watching a movie at home. You can't pause it.
Yeah,
for sure. And it's funny, that survey site that I watch a lot of, like, trailers.
They send you the trailers and shit, right? Yeah.
Always, every survey, it always ends with a question, a multiple choice question where it's like, how would you watch this flick? And it's always like, must see in the theater no matter what. Good movie to see at home. Could be seen at home or in the theater depending on reviews, and then like some other option. They always ask that question, which I know that shit is going back to the studios, and I'm usually like, could be seen at home or the theater. That's usually my answer, because most movies is like, I don't care. I could watch. There's a few movies that I'm like, must be seen in the theater no matter what.
Yeah, I wish I'd saw Civil War in theater.
That would have been
really
good.
That would have been good. Yeah.
It was that good.
I think it would have been a good
enjoyed
theater movie.
What
sure.
would have, and I still haven't seen it yet, but what about it made that movie, especially as you were watching it or after watching it,
I think it's
made you feel like this would have been a good theater flick?
It's the tone, the amount of action, I guess, like the scenes where there are action or there's like they are intense. like crazy intense. So to just be like, when I'm at home and I'm watching a movie at home, you know, I get distracted a little bit. You have the distraction of the phone. You're probably grabbing something to eat, right? Somebody talks to you. Like, there's always like little distractions, which doesn't take you fully out of the movie, but also you kind of, certain movies you'd be like, fuck, like I wish I had that, no distraction. And that was one of them. And just, you can just tell that when you go to watch this movie in there, it's just like the sounds are going to be like, like crazy. And
the silences will be even more silent.
Yes. And it had some silence.
Yeah.
Like some silent scenes where you're like,
those are all good points. I like that.
Yeah. So after watching it, I definitely wish that I had seen that in theater. So all right. So next thing here, looks like Blade, the MCU's Blade, is once again making headlines because they lost their director once again. Director Jan Demange was set to direct this. He had taken over from Bassam Tariq, and now he's walking away. And there's even been, since I wrote this down, I guess Mahershala Ali's lawyer came out and said, like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. This movie, we signed this 5 years ago, and I've never seen anything like this. Like, this is unheard of. It's kind of ridiculous.
He should walk, dude, honestly.
He probably should.
5 years?
5 years.
And there's not even a fucking... Has he seen a script? Like...
I don't know. Yeah, I believe
his involvement.
The script have more shit.
He's involved.
The script has been reworked quite a few times. From my understanding, this last script, the last rework, because they just started from scratch. They fired everybody. That's where they lost the first director. Had everything rewritten. Once they determined that they wanted to do the quality over quantity thing. So from my understanding, he's been happy with it, even though he was, showing his concerns early on about it. So, he seemed like he was concerned about it, probably wanted to walk. And then they reworked everything. That made him happy, but now the director has walked again. It's saying that it's
bad omens, dude. I don't
know
like
what's
it.
going on with this. I have no idea.
Get Wesley back at this point, bro. Let Mahershala go do his thing.
And that was
get Wesley Snipes back. Let's just fucking get her done. He don't give a fuck what the script's like. He doesn't do shit now, so he'll just take that shit. Like, all right, you want me to be Blade? I'll be Blade. Got to pay my tax debt.
The writer, one of the writers is, he wrote for Logan and Blade Runner.
Right. What the fuck is the problem here?
He also wrote for Green Lantern. So, yeah, I know. I know. It was like, I know, but he wrote for Death on the Nile. He wrote for a couple, good things. So, like, it is. I mean, who knows at this point? But that was my question. Like, should he walk after 5 years?
I would have, bro.
Should they just completely scrap this and take fucking Blade off the table for now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're looking at.
It's
at this point, like, it should have been done probably 2 years ago, bro. Like, we don't have our shit together. Let's rethink
it's
this.
cool that y'all want to bring this in, but there's no, other than the Eternals, there's no real tie-in to anything. And the Eternals right now is probably one of the worst rated MCU movies.
Let it go. Let it go.
They wouldn't lose anything by letting it go, other than
Mahershala Ali.
Well, yeah. They could always we're gonna cancel this, but we're gonna bring you in as another character. Are you down with that?
He was already an MCU character.
Mahershala?
What?
He was he was the villain in Luke Cage.
Oh, I didn't watch Luke Cage. That makes
I
sense.
guess that's MCU.
But-
And that's all canon now.
Now it's
right?
canon.
Now it
Yeah.
is, but
Yeah.
that it wasn't at the time. But yeah, you're
Sure.
right. You're right. He was. Was that all 3 seasons or just the first season? I can't remember.
I want to say it was either the first or the second season. It was just one of the seasons.
It doesn't matter. Regardless, yeah,
Now really can it.
I think they should dump it. I was excited, but all this tumultuousness around it.
It's making it seem
It's
like
just
more
making
trouble
me-
than
it's
it's
getting
worth.
kind of crazy.
Real sus about what's going on. What's the? Ugh.
Yeah, and it's still listed as in pre-production with an estimated release date of 2025.
Sure.
Like, you know, I'm thinking that's getting pushed out to 2026. I don't know. November 2025. You think that's doable right now? They
No, not
the
at
director
all,
just
dude.
walked.
Not
It's
at
not.
all.
I don't believe so
Impossible.
either. So
Not without a friggin'
not without a director.
Director.
Unless he had someone on the back burner. Fuck, and I just noticed that they had Delroy Lindo on cast
You're gonna
too.
fuck up Delroy Lindo, son.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying.
disrespectful, son. He don't deserve that.
You don't.
You don't do Delroy like that.
Johnny's like, who the fuck is Delroy Lindo?
He knows
know
Delroy
Delroy.
Lindo.
Okay, I'm just
Come
making
on,
sure,
dog.
making sure.
Give
I
him a
don't know.
little. Put some
It's not
respect
like
on
they
his
fucked
name.
him up.
Yeah, they can't fuck him up, man. Let's see. Every time I think of Delroy Lindo, I always think of Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Let's see. Last thing I have here is we have a release date for the Mario movie sequel. They came out and announced that the movie will be dropping in April 24, 2026.
I thought you were gonna say
wait.
2025. I was
No,
excited.
2026 in Japan and several weeks earlier, so April 3rd in 2026.
Oh, okay. I was
I
gonna say,
mean,
are we
I knew
getting
that.
it
They're not.
later than
They
Japan?
haven't made anything. Like, the movie just released, like, within the last year. So, yeah, I was sure, like, they're not going to fucking animate the shit, voice it, and do it all in 1 year. Unless they had to have started it, like, immediately, if not directed the two concurrently. You know what I mean?
Didn't
Like,
Mario come out last year?
I want to say so.
Yeah,
It was like
2023.
a year ago now, right? Like it was like spring or early summer.
It was April 5th. Yeah, 2023.
I just feel like based off of the initial box office smash success, the sequel had to have been immediately greenlit.
Yeah.
So for a movie to not come out until 26
Yeah.
sounds to me like they just started building the models.
Yeah. And
which seems a little delayed. I was thinking a late 25, right? Okay. Or spring 26. We're talking maybe a 6 months difference, but still, I don't know.
these animated movies don't come out that fast, bro.
I know they don't come out fast and whatnot, but
South Park
it
does
seems
it.
like the script.
Look at South
Didn't
Park
get-
animation, though.
I mean, it didn't. It seems like the script didn't get worked on last summer. Like it
Sure,
seemed
yeah.
like it
Like it
just
should have
started maybe last winter.
Yeah.
And
and
maybe they're
I
just tightening up the script.
And
now.
like, how deep is the Super Mario Brothers 2 script? Like, what are we? Is this Citizen Kane 2 we're putting together? Like, how fucking crazy does it?
Right.
They're fucking Super Mario Brothers characters. Throw something together and we'll eat that shit up.
No, because if they do that shit, we will know. We want the shit
We won't
to
care.
slap
We'll eat
just as hard. And not only that, but there are rumors of the fact that they're of course trying to build out the Nintendo world or the Nintendo verse.
Let's get a Zelda movie. Let's get.
That's what I hear. They're doing Zelda. They're doing like all of those movies, and then we may get a Smash Bros.
Let's get nuts.
Fucking movie. You know,
Wow.
that would be great. That'd be crazy.
That'd be something.
That'd be something. It'd be something. It wouldn't be
It
nothing.
was like a De Niro.
It wouldn't be nothing.
A little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit. Do you guys have anything to add to this conversation? What are we doing? What are y'all fucking with?
You mean this stellar
conversation? What y'all fucking with lately?
What am I fucking with?
Oh, I know what y'all fucking with. I haven't been able to fuck with it, so don't get too crazy.
I
Don't
fucked
get
with
too
The
crazy.
Boys. This is the 3 episodes of The Boys that dropped.
Absolutely.
Still going hard on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Man, that is such a great fucking... I never watched it all the way through, but that is... First 4 seasons are on Netflix, and I promise you, that show has no right to be as fucking great as it is. I wish I didn't sleep on it when it was airing, dude. It's so good.
Agree. I agree. It's a great show. I think I fell off somewhere around season 3.
Yeah.
But good show. It's a
Great
good,
show.
funny show. I love it. I agree. I was glad that when they did get picked up for when they got canceled,
They got
so that
saved,
they can kind of wrap up their story. But I'll also admit that I saw absolutely zero of it on NBC when they got picked up.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I fell off way earlier. I would just catch a sporadic episode, and then one day I was like, let's watch this. And now we're
I've
just
seen
fucking banging it out.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching The Boys. No, I don't think I'll get an episode in tonight, but probably tomorrow I'll probably get an episode in. We are also scheduled to watch Inside Out 2 in theater, and taking the kids for that since they don't have school tomorrow and I don't work, so we're probably gonna go do that.
Oh yeah.
That goes $100.
Yeah. Well,
Plus.
That's 2 Raspberry Pis, dog.
We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. Also, yeah. Did we talk about that on the episode or not, or outside of the episode? Can't remember. The whole Raspberry Pi thing. That was pre-show, right?
I think that was pre-show. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pre-show. Yeah, so sign up to get all that pre-show stuff.
Exactly. I always like to tease them so they don't know. They're like, what was I missing out on?
Oh man. So yeah, I mean, I still have to finish Dark Matter because that shit is so good.
Same. I'm behind on Dark Matter.
I don't think the season finale hasn't dropped yet.
I don't think so either, but I'm still like a couple of episodes.
I caught up
behind.
last night, so
I'm a couple episodes behind. Maybe 1, maybe 2. I really want to watch the new Jake Gyllenhaal show that's on Apple TV Plus as well.
Yeah.
Like I have a list of things that I really want to watch, and I just have not been able to. So, and I gotta watch fucking Hot D.
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon
Fucking premiered
That was
last
my fucking
Sunday.
Yep.
Damn. Good call. Stealing
yeah.
Johnny's shit.
Hot D, I'm fucking with. Mayor of Kingstown, I'm fucking
Ooh,
with.
I gotta catch up on
Yes.
Mayor King. Bro, I
think I'm probably
fucking
behind
know
one
how I'm
episode.
gonna
When
do
do the-
all this?
Stop
One of those
watching
episodes.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. That's
That's a you and wifey. Wait, do
It
you and
is.
wifey watch Mayor of Kingstown?
Yes, we do.
And you and wifey watch
We watch everything.
everything.
I'm only Dave's show right now is Dark Matter.
Okay. Okay. Well, catch up on Dark Matter then.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I caught up on Dark Matter last night with wifey.
She liking it?
That's through. What's that?
Is she liking it?
Oh, she's
okay.
into it.
Okay, nice.
She finally. It took her a while, but I think I've realized pretty much any show that I like, she has to watch twice. Like the first episode at least. The first time she'll watch it, she'll be like, and then like she maybe simmers on it, and then she'll come back to it. So at this point, I'm pretty sure she's that's her motif. She's into it. And I think it was episode 7 was the most recent one. So episode 8 is dropping, but based on what I saw in the description, it could be a season finale, but the description didn't make it seem like it was a season finale. So I don't know how many episodes they actually are booked for. I'm sure you can see that on like IMDb or the movie database or something, call sheet, etc.
9 episodes.
9 episodes. Okay, so
Nice.
yeah, that makes more sense to me because I was like, man, if next week is the finale, they gotta punch in.
Lots to wrap up.
Not a
here.
lot, but there's gonna be a decent amount of wrap up versus what they could do in the next 2 episodes. Because they introduced some wild shit in this episode. I was like, wait a minute, what? I'm confused. I think I need to rewatch this episode. Anyways,
Just makes
Dark
me want to
Matter,
read
dope.
the book
Mayor's
again.
Kingstown, dope. I'm so far removed from the book because it was like 5-6 years ago that I read/listened to it.
Sure.
There's parts that I'm like, I don't know if this was in the book or not.
Yeah,
Like,
it was still fresh in my mind. So for the most part,
and even just to, and sorry to keep circling back on
No,
Dark
you're good.
Matter, but
You're good.
The whole idea of him traveling with the Alice Braga character, that's not in the book, right? Like,
It is.
He does travel with
been
the
too long. He
does.
psychiatrist character.
he does.
You see,
He does.
I thought he was by himself the whole time.
No. He does travel with her. The whole thing where he came across her and like, I don't know. Y'all want to get spoilerish? I mean, there may be some spoilers.
No, we
in
don't.
there.
Yeah, no.
No, I mean not spoiler. Like I don't want to give away details, but there's gonna be some information, I guess.
We could have an off-air conversation about Dark Matter if it's that serious.
Yeah, we don't get. We
I
don't
mean,
gotta
sure,
get into it.
sure.
I told Joyce, I don't think this happens in the book. I think they added her
No,
as a
she was
traveling character so that he didn't have to like narrate. Like,
No.
there was
He
exposition.
They
and stuff.
definitely traveled together
Okay,
in the
okay.
book.
That's how long
And
it's
they,
been since I've read
and but I think like her involvement prior to that, like there was little involvement, but all you knew was that she was a psychiatrist in the book.
Got you.
That's all you knew, and then everything else came to light a little bit at some point, but that's all you really knew. And she decided that she wanted to help him or whatever. But
Got you.
but there wasn't any details like that.
That shit is fire. Mayor Kingstown, I said. The Acolyte.
Yes, I'm caught up on the
I think I
Acolyte.
have one episode that came out recently.
What are your thoughts on that? I'm enjoying it. I think it's good. Writing could always, it's like it's not the tightest, but it's not bad to the point where I'm like, this is totally unwatchable.
Yeah, it's not Andor, but it's not Solo.
Right.
Which I liked Solo too.
I thought it was better than I went in there with very low expectations and was surprised.
Yeah. It's so far it's fine.
Sure.
There's certain characters that I'm like, meh, whatever. But for the most part, I think I'm 2 or 3 episodes in. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down to see.
I'm
the
invested
rest
in
of
the
this
story
and
enough where I want to
going.
see where it goes.
Yeah, I'll see.
Yeah.
It's a popcorn flick type, thing to me. Like it's just entertainment to fill some time.
Yeah.
I did watch the first episode, in the whole, like I said, I was going to do Vision Pro speeder thing.
Sure.
Man, it wasn't that. It was actually more distracting, if anything, because I was like, I can't see anything around me right now.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'd rather just have a floating 100-inch screen in front of me so I could at least see the dog instead of the dog randomly running up on me. But I feel like I was watching one other thing, and I can't remember what
Did
it is.
anybody else? If y'all saw the Dave, you seen Acolyte? I wasn't sure. Okay.
No.
Jonni, were you kind of thrown off by how good the dude's voice or his accent is? The dude from Squid Game.
I didn't realize that was the dude from Squid Games.
Yeah.
Like the main dude?
Yeah.
He's one of the main dudes.
He's one of the main dudes. Yeah, and
I didn't
he's one of
realize he was.
he's one of the main
Obviously,
dudes in the
I know who
Acolyte.
you're talking about.
Yeah, he's one of the main dudes in The Acolyte, but he was the main guy from Squid Game.
I didn't realize that he was the main guy from Squid Game.
I didn't realize, like, I'm like, oh, I know this dude from somewhere, like, you know, and yeah, he's from Squid Game. But and then I was like, holy shit, his accent, like, I didn't assume like he had a good American accent. You know what I mean? Like
that makes me wonder how bad his Korean accent is. Then if he speaks English that well, they both can't be flawless.
Right.
That's fair.
So it was kind of interesting. I don't know, but nowadays that can be fixed with AI. Sure. So who knows?
It's not a show, but it's just taking me a while to get through.
No, what are you? Yeah,
but it's
what
good.
Are you fucking with?
Godzilla -1.
Oh, nice.
About 3/4 of the way through that one, and it's so far been fucking for me.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I get. Still, I mean, it's not a surprise to me, but it's. I've just been hearing nothing but good things. So
yeah.
I definitely gotta watch that.
It's atypical Godzilla movie compared. So it's very more reminiscent of the originals in that style versus like the more action style that we've gotten out of Warner Brothers recently. It's much more dramatic of a film about characters and how the Godzilla attacks affect them than
so like Monarch
being about Godzilla.
So like Monarch.
Kind of, yeah, I would say there's, I mean, you know, Monarch has a specific storyline, but yeah, Monarch is really about how the characters are affected by the attacks, by the research, by the ongoing struggle. So yeah, I would say that's a good comparison.
Nice. Okay. I loved Monarch too.
Yeah, Monarch was great. I love it. All right, cool. I could have sworn I was fucking with something else outside of movies, and I think it was possibly a book, but I don't know. How
many books are you reading right now that you can't keep keep them straight?
I've been listening to more books, so. But yeah, I know, very nerdy. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm getting into this whole
creeping off that casual. You're moving into the full nerd status.
He's surpassing us.
No, I really want to do voice stuff. So like, you know, listening to how people, you know, how they use certain inflections when telling a story, and you know, the art of storytelling.
Yeah,
that's it. So I'm really into that. So if anybody has any recommendations on like thrillers or, you know, those types of shit like Dark Matter and, you know, like things like that, like send them my way, because I signed up for Audible and I have that. I'm going to use that shit.
Word.
All right, guys, if we have nothing else to add, then guys, thank you for tuning into the show and listening this far. You made it this far. That means you fuck with us and we fuck with you. Remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast, as you should already know. Sign up for our our subscriptions. If you want to listen to the banter that we have before every single episode. And in the future, it may come with some extra stuff. Get you some first dibs on merch. But while I say that, go to merch.com, grab you some gear, stay drippy with Drippy. We will catch you next week. We love you. Peace.
Peace.